Mere anarchy may be loosed on Westminster in the early hours of tomorrow. One seaside town poised to topple to Ukip, others like here in Margate in North Thanet, teetering on the edge. Should the people of Clacton go Ukip, the centre cannot hold. Britain's established party system falls apart. Tonight, Ukip looks like it finally lands on the map. In the 2010 general election, it got just 3% of the vote, but the formation of the coalition redrew the political landscape. The Lib Dems went into government, creating a vacancy for a protest party. Immigration, its recruiting sergeant. Next year's election sees Ukip focus on 12 seats, especially Britain's coastal towns, fallen on hard times. That makes here in South Thanet the perfect Ukip target. Just look at the polling. The most recent research by Lord Ashcroft gives Ukip a 4-point lead over the Tories. Ukip's best bets are still Conservative, but they're increasingly trying to present themselves as a party for all, not just disenchanted Tories. In tonight's other by-election, the Labour seat of Hayward and Middleton, these Ukip posters show it pitching itself as the party of the NHS. Ukip is also looking at constituencies like Eastleigh, currently held by the Lib Dems, with the majority of just under 2,000 over Ukip, and also Portsmouth South. Labour has problems in places like Rotherham, where Ukip is polling strongly, and once again the coastal town factor is at play, with Great Grimsby and Plymouth Moorview in Ukip's crosshairs. Lord Ashcroft's polling shows that since the 2010 general election, a third of Conservative voters say they might not go Tory again. Of those Conservative defectors, over half, or 54%, say they will vote Ukip. Not all will in the end. These defectors don't all think Ukip is a sensible party. But what would a good Ukip showing at the general election look like? The Tories have their eyes on a number of Lib Dem seats, especially in the southwest, to balance out the expected loss of vulnerable seats to Labour. Places like Solihull, Wells, Mid Dorset and North Poole are all must-takes for the Tories. The Conservatives only need a small swing, but if they keep hemorrhaging support to Ukip, it's hard to see how the Tories will manage to pick them up. Ukip is not just the Conservative Party in exile. It's swelled by younger voters and former Labour voters. Professor Stephen Fisher at Oxford University has said that between 2010 and 2012, it was mostly Tory defections. Since 2012, it's attracted Labour ones.
There's a big debate about UKIP's support. Some say that because UKIP voters are more likely to say they voted Conservative in 2010, that this is hitting the Conservatives. Others, like myself, take a more nuanced view and say, well, if you look at UKIP support over a longer period of time, what you can see is that this party is winning over financially struggling, insecure, quite vulnerable voters who were struggling long before the crisis, then got hit by austerity, and now are the least likely to feel the recovery. These are voters who, under any normal circumstances, the left should be winning over.
The Fabian Society has isolated 16 seats, including Dudley North and Nottingham South, that Labour could feasibly lose because of Ukip. Ukip's influence next year will be felt beneath the surface, indirectly affecting the results in as many as 200 constituencies. But in a few hours' time, it will spectacularly pierce the surface, making political history with its first ever MP.